Hope you're doing good. Micah back with another video. Back here to talk about why I decided to keep my Galaxy Z Fold 6 over the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. It was somewhat of a hard decision because I kind of kept vacillating between the two. I liked both phones. I really adore both phones. Build quality on both phones are superb, right? When it comes to the hardware, Samsung can almost do no wrong in most of our eyes. They just get it right. Now, in the case of Z Fold 6, they didn't get it right after we got to see what the Z Fold Special Edition looked like. This device should have been the Z Fold Special Edition for sure. And I would even give the edge to the Pixel 9 Pro Fold in terms of the hardware because I was one of the fans of the camera layout of the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. But I also actually liked the more wider approach to the device overall because it allowed for easier one-hand use, but mainly the when opening it, it felt so much better to hold when unfolded. And it's because of those borders as well that the Pixel 9 Pro Fold had that I really appreciated. I could rest my thumb on and hold one hand or even two. Whereas with the Z Fold 6, you kind of have to be a little bit more aware of where you place your hand because you don't have the same thick borders on the inside for the main screen. So sometimes you may enter that palm rejection mode, or in other words, it won't reject your thumb when accidentally pressing against the screen. So that's some of the push and pull I had when it came to just from a hardware perspective, which device I actually would have wanted to have in my pocket, which would have been the Pixel 9 Pro Fold because of its size. It just felt better in the pocket, surprisingly, despite its size. Now, on that same front, this feels real good in the pocket as well just because it's very slim. Only problem is this phone is a whole lot more slippery than the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. So this phone slides out of the pocket a whole lot easier and more often than the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. So that's something I have to be, more cognizant of. And a case does help kind of minimize that. But just from a build quality perspective, they both are superb, phenomenal, fantastic. And so that's what made it very, very hard to choose between the Pixel 9 Pro Fold and this here Galaxy Z Fold 6. Now, on the flip side, what made it very easy to choose the Galaxy Z Fold 6 over the Pixel 9 Pro Fold was the software. And as you guys are noticing right now, and as you guys saw in my previous video, or probably one of my more recent videos around this video that you guys are watching, I dropped a breakdown being able to fully customize this device to my liking, how I wanted it to do, how I wanted it to be. And so, as you guys can see, with the amount of widgets that I have on hand that I can use for whatever I want, this device via Samsung hosts a plethora of features to allow you to customize your phone how you want, when you want, and no one can say anything different. No one can deny your personal touch to your device. And so that's the reason why I like the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 over the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, and in general, Samsung over Google, because Samsung seems to be doing a much better job of really pioneering Android than Google themselves. Google also being way more focused on AI, Google Assistant slash Gemini. Ooh, that rhyme. Don't hate to play at the game. Bars. For me, Samsung seems to care more about the actual consumer or customer using the device, and it's noticeable via the software. I mean, if you even just come into settings, just the settings you get by default when you take a brand new device out of the box, you have feature upon feature within each settings menu. And not to mention, when you go into advanced features, devices will have labs where essentially you can still get that much more kind of granular touch and more nuanced touch to your device. If you're dealing with a fold or flippable, you got your multi-window, you got your flex mode settings. The side button can be easily customizable, your motion and gestures, your one-handed mode, how you handle your screenshots and screen recordings. There's nothing that's just like defaulted to one basic setting, or maybe you get two options. And you notice that with Google doesn't bake in a lot of features in that way or options for you to really add that personal touch, at least as of now. And one of the biggest changes between or differences between the Z Fold 6 and the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is the ability to customize your cover screen versus your main screen. And at least with the Z Fold 6, you have that option here in your settings. And forgive me because I don't think I actually can quite remember where it's actually at in here. But let's try and check out display and let's see if it is in here because I really can't remember. Yes, continue apps on cover screen. So that's one of them. And if we click on that, it will actually bring up a bunch of apps for you that you would like to continue on the cover screen. And I believe you actually get some form of that with the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. But in terms of your main screen versus your cover screen, it actually might be in home screen settings, tell you the truth. So right here up at the top, cover screen mirroring. This feature is phenomenal because it gives you the ability to either mirror your cover screen to your main screen, or by having it turned off like I do, you can have a custom look. All right. You can have a custom look for your cover screen and a custom look for your main screen. So just from a software perspective alone, Samsung is probably going to always win me over. And that's just the base settings, right? Once you go a little bit further, you can enter what we like to call good lock, right? Which is going to be coming way more available to a whole lot more Samsung users across the world. Good lock gives you that extra layer of customization, and I should say multiple layers of customization. And you have so many different modules to choose from to customize your device. And that's why you see nothing at the top when it comes to my notification panel, because I like to keep it very clean. Like you're just getting a nice look into the phone without having to be distracted by anything. I love that. And if you want to go even further, let me find my Samsung folder. And let me find the app. Good Guardians is another one. Maybe I'll do this as another separate video. But Good Guardians gives you even more control over your battery, tracking things or apps that are draining in the background. Your battery guardian to give you even more additional battery, tweaking in terms of your charging and how the battery is used when you're not using your phone. The Galaxy app booster, boosting your apps to be way more steadily available. You can get a little bit more out of your CPU with Thermal Guardian, your Memory Guardian. You can actually change how your phone basically handles background apps, and Media File Guardian. Like I'll get into that maybe in another video, maybe an update for 2025. Maybe I'm kind of trying to wait till One UI 7 drops for the Fold 6, but I just gave you 2 additional apps that Samsung has that you can download onto your phone, and you can get that much more customization out of your device with no problems. And that's one of the things I definitely love and appreciate about Samsung. And that's why I stick with Samsung, because their software has gotten so much better to the point where they're kind of ahead of the game when it comes to software for one's smartphone. And so that alone is what really won me over. Battery life is sufficient enough for me on the Galaxy Z Fold 6, but the Pixel 9 Pro Fold's battery was better. And it's also because it's a slightly bigger battery. This year in 2025, it looks like we're going to get better batteries in general because of the material that they use. I think it's called silicon carbon. And so now knowing that our batteries will be able to be a little bit larger and can handle additional heat, that means that we can actually get more out of our phones, get more of our, be more productive. Our phones will last longer because of the higher quality in the battery, and the batteries will be larger. So this year we're going to see a big step up when it comes to batteries in general, and that's going to affect foldables and flippables so much more this year. And so that's another reason why I'm sticking with Samsung, because for what they're able to provide, they still do a good job of optimizing the batteries for their smartphones. And so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what the Galaxy Z Fold 7 looks like later this year. And so overall, I'm just way more comfortable and more excited with the Galaxy Z Fold 6 over the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold was definitely dope, and I liked using it, but I also realized I started to like using it more as a secondary device, or in other words, as a tablet, as opposed to my actual everyday device. I like using my Z Fold 6 so much more in that way. So let me know down in the comment section below, are you guys struggling between what foldable, flippable to get? Do you have both and prefer one over the other? The comment section is open for discussion. But again, as always, if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys ignite the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so I'm free. That way you miss my videos. So you and I can sit back, check, see what's cracking. And don't forget to hit that super thanks button down there by the like and dislike button, Cash App and PayPal, and check the channel out for all the videos available to you. That's way to keep tech fresh and alive on this channel. But your man Micah signing out, and until the next video, wait for it.